right, Bristol Motor Speedway, are you ready to meet the stars of the Bandit Big Rig Series? All right, let's take you through the field. First up, in the number 3 Peterbilt, sponsored by Jupiter Enterprises, Pete Store, Minimizer, Airworks, Borge Warner, Thompson Cat, Pepsi, General Truck Parts, and All Balls Performance, the man they call Turbo, Alan Bowles. And here they come to take the start-finish line, and now Alan Bowles has got the lead. Winner of our first challenge race is going to be number 3, Alan Bowles.
Who are you cheering for? Who is your favorite person?
Alan.
You cheer for Alan all the way?
And he lives up to his name Turbo as he blows into the lead, but Alan Bowles is doing a tremendous job. Look at the smoke coming from the 3 of Alan Bowles. Alan Bowles in the 3. He's going to win at Lake Erie Speedway. Next up, in the number 55 Ford L9000, sponsored by Minimizer and Robin Kruckeberg and Kentucky Oil and Filter from Blooming Bear, Minnesota, the Godfather, Craig Kruckeberg. As the Godfather, Craig Kruckeberg takes the checkered flag.
I'm the guy that creates action on a racetrack.
Craig Kruckeberg, whoa! Craig Kruckeberg, hold on! Whoa, and there's contact! The Godfather, he's going for the lead, and he blasts by Randy Briggs. It's going to be Craig Kruckeberg. He wins heat race number 1. Whoa, and look at Craig Kruckeberg. He is driving the wheels off that thing.
We're going to floor it for the kids. Oh!
The Godfather looks like he got shot out of a cannon as he goes into turn number 1. Next up, in the 88 Mac Vader, sponsored by Wind Rock Truck Parts and Equipment, BMT, Steve Nash Trucking, Deck Truck Parts, Hellbent Express, RD Trucking, and Jones Performance Products. Let's hear it for Tennessee's own Mike Morgan. Looks like it's going to be Mike Morgan, 88, taking the checkered flag. Mike Morgan to the outside. He moves into second. It looks like he's going to try to go for the lead right here. And there goes Mike Morgan. Mike Morgan takes the lead. Checkered flag. Mike Morgan wins.
Look at this. Mac Vader, Mike Morgan, 88 on the outside.
Mike Morgan going to be beating him to the line. And it's Mike Morgan leading us into the field. Meanwhile, we got a battle for the lead right now as Mike Morgan takes the lead. And next up, from Blooming Prairie, Minnesota, in the number 74 Volvo, sponsored by Valley Transportation, Michaelette's Trucking, Jaeger Implements, and Discount Taxi Racing, he is the wheelman. Let's hear it for Mr. Mark Noble. Off the start, it's the wheelman out in front, Mark Noble. He leads the way. Oh, and there's contact.
74! Wheelman!
The wheelman is going to take the checkered flag. Oh, we got a spin! Huge crash! The first ever Bandit main winner at Kalamazoo Speedway is going to be Mark Noble, number 74.
Bandit fans, let's make some noise for the wheelman, Mark Noble!
Next up, from Blooming Prairie, Minnesota, in the number 8 Peterbilt, sponsored by Minimizer and Big and Nuts, let's hear it for Mr. Doug Hilson. It's going to be Doug Hilson in number 8, taking the checkered flag. He wins heat number 2. Here comes the 8 of Doug Hilson looking on the inside of him. It'll be the 8 of Doug Hilson taking the checkered flag in challenge number 1. Really? Oh, the 8 goes into the wall. Oh, we got trouble. Doug hit. Oh, man, the 8 is in the wall again. Doug Hilson going for the lead. 1 lap to go. Doug Hilson has this race in the bag. Next up, from Waupun, Wisconsin, in the number 13 Freightliner, sponsored by Dr. Diesel Service, Mitchell Motorcycle Transport, Food Liner, Elderon Truck Country, Big Rig Chrome Shop, and the Living Foundation. He is the Iceman, Bob Mitchell. And it's Bob Mitchell. He's got the advantage heading into turn number 1. There goes the Iceman way out in front. Bob Mitchell on the inside doing a great job. Whoa, and around goes the 13 of Bob Mitchell. Hold on.
Who is your favorite?
Iceman. It would be number 13.
And what a push Bob Mitchell gets. But Bob Mitchell is coming up right behind him. Bob Mitchell leads at the start-finish line. It's the Iceman out in front. Bob Mitchell has the lead. Next up, in the number 41 Peterbilt, sponsored by Big and Nuts, Minimizer, Jupiter Enterprises, General Truck Parts, Pepsi, NMF, and Pete Store, he is the man they call Pigpen from Mars Hill, North Carolina, Marshall Davis. The checker flag is going to go to Pigpen Marshall Davis. Marshall Davis sideways entering the back straightaway. Here they come off turns 3 and 4 to the start finish. Who's gonna get it? Marshall Davis by inches. And there's Marshall Davis right there working on his truck. Marshall Davis's crew members are waving him to go, and he is rolling.
Please make some noise for our champion, 41 Pigpen Marshall Davis, everybody.
It's Bristol, baby.
Next up in the number 27 Peterbilt, sponsored by Prophet Paving and Sam's Gap Motorsports, from Weaverville, North Carolina, Darren Prophet. He has flipped twice in the Bandit Big Rig Series. 1 lap to go for Darren Prophet in the 27. Darren Prophet, he looks to be a man on a mission. The first lap is led by Darren Prophet in the 27. Oh, we got big crash, big crash. Big crash between the 27 of Darren Prophet. There's a fire on the 27, fire on the 27 of Darren Prophet. He's already sideways before they cross the start-finish line. Your winner here tonight at Elko, it's Darren Prophet, number 27. In the number 4 Peterbilt, sponsored by Airworks, NMF, Arclight Fabrication Company, Pepsi, General Truck Parts, and the Pete Store, they call him Lightning. Let's hear it for Mr. Scott Treadway. Scott Treadway finally has his brand new number 4 truck. And here we go to the first lap. It's going to be led by Scott Treadway in the 4. Final few turns for Scott Treadway, and he is going to win the first heat race of the day. Oh my goodness, hold on, Scott Treadway! Oh, here comes Scott Treadway. He goes to the inside for the lead. Oh, something's going on with Scott Treadway. It'll be 2 laps to go for Scott Treadway.
Scott Treadway! Scott Treadway with the win!
Next up in the number 7, sponsored by NMF, Pete Store, Minimizer, Jupiter Motorsports, Pepsi, and the General Truck Parts, they call him Redbeard, from Weaverville, North Carolina, John Lisenby. Oh, and John Lisenby gets loose. He almost loses it. But John Lisenby, he's not giving it up yet here. Meanwhile, John Lisenby doing a great job in the 7 truck. John Lisenby, he goes to the inside and he's going to make the pass. John Lisenby wins our first challenge race. Redbeard's now got the advantage on the inside. Here comes John Lisenby. John Lisenby going to go to the inside to make the pass.
Redbeard feels good about taking down the last couple drivers.
Next up, in the number 46 Max, sponsored by Turf Mountain Sod, Whiskey Throttle Customs, Whitmire Trucking, Carolina Cat, Brian Cash Trucking, All Balls Performance, and NMF, from Lake Toxaway, North Carolina, Cash Money, Brian Cash. And onto the back straightaway, it's Brian Cash in the lead. Brian Cash has the lead right this moment. Oh no, we got the 46. The 46, can he save it? Yes. What a save by Brian Cash.
Oh, and they connected. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, Brian Cash is in the wall.
Look at that. Oh, he bumped him and he's going to go spinning out. Oh!
Brian Cash got a 66 and a 46 shaved into his head by Austin.
Brian Cash getting a little loose there. Can he hold on to it? Yes, he can. Next up in the 51 Max, sponsored by Turf Mountain Sod, Whiskey Throttle Customs, Whitmire Trucking, Carolina Cat, Brian Cash Trucking, All Balls Performance, and NMF, from Arden, North Carolina, Luke Whitmire. But Luke Whitmire refuses to back down. Luke Whitmire is taking the lead. Oh my goodness! Luke Whitmire wins challenge race number 1. They're side by side, and Luke Whitmire is sideways. Luke Whitmire goes to the front again, and Luke Whitmire is going way high. He gets a little loose there. Here we go into turns 3 and 4. His first feature win ever. It's going to be 51 Luke Whitmire.
Make some noise. Our boy Luke Whitmire with first place.
Next up, in the number 14 Peterbilt, sponsored by NMF and Rude Motorsports, from Weaverville, North Carolina, your defending series champion, Ricky Rude.
I'm here with Ricky Rude, multi-year champion.
Ricky Rude is going to take the checkered flag. First Bandit Series main victory for Ricky Rude is going to come at Salem Speedway. Here comes Ricky Rude now. Contact is made. Oh my goodness.
Ricky Rude is no joke. He is literally down here like welding pieces under the truck.
Ricky Rude wins at Madison International Speedway.
Everybody make a round of applause again one more time for our winner tonight, Ricky Rude, number 14.
Next up in the number 69 Freightliner, sponsored by Kentucky Oil and Filter and Minnesota Soybean, three-time track champion at Salem. They call him the Bird's Eye Bullet from Bird's Eye, Indiana, Bryan Beier.
And take a look at this, Bryan Beier in the 69. He has taken the lead, the hometown boy, and the crowd roars.
Again, great to see Bryan Beier back in the Bandit Streets. Oh no! And just as I mentioned him, he's in a wreck.
Oh, we got a spin! Spin in turn number one. It's the 69 of Bryan Beier, but he saves it! And the crowd roars! And he's going to make the pass. Great job by Bryan Beier. It's going to be the Bird's Eye Bullet, Bryan Beier. He wins.
Next up in the number 16 Volvo, sponsored by Caesars Truck Racing, Tuffner Weighing Systems, Joe's Repair Services Inc., B Visuals, Go NMF, State Tractor, Arsenal Tire Solutions, and Cobra Tech Knives from Kansas City, Kansas, Randy Briggs. Meanwhile, Randy Briggs is side by side. Here he goes. Randy Briggs to the inside. Randy Briggs still way out in front.
Oh, we got trouble!
Trouble going into turn number one. There was contact between the 16 and the 50. Oh, and the 16 gets sideways. They're side by side onto the back straightaway. What a move by Randy Briggs. But once again, Randy Briggs has been doing a tremendous job on the outside line. And he's going to come off turn number 4 and take the checkered flag. And last but simply not least, in the number 66 Sterling, sponsored by Food Liner, Dr. Diesel Service, Mitchell Motorcycle Transport, Elderon Big Rig Chrome Shop, the Livin' Foundation from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Let's give it up for Dr. Diesel, Austin Hoppy.
Right now it's Austin Hoppy in the lead.
Making some noise for Austin Hoppy.
And he's got it. Austin Hoppy has taken the lead.
Austin Hoppy with the advantage.
Look at Austin Hoppy right there on the inside.
Oh, Austin Hoppy looked like he got a little loose there.
Oh, man, hold on, Austin Hoppy, hold on.
Can he save it?
What a save. What a save by Austin Hoppy.
We are racing at MIS, and off the start, it's a huge lead for Austin Hoppy, 66. Bristol Motor Speedway, if you're ready for this 30-lap feature, let me hear you make some noise. Come on, Bristol Motor Speedway. This is the season finale. If you're ready for the 30-lap feature, let me hear you make some noise.